Hey guys, Merry Meet, and welcome to week 25 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. And this week's question is, what symbols or images mean the most to you? And I always worked a lot with symbols. I love symbols. I love the shorthand of taking something filled with meaning and like condensing it into a picture, basically. Something that just represents more than what you see there on the paper. It just represents this deeper meaning. So there are like a lot of symbols that I love, notably the pentacle. And I have worn this off and on since I was 17, and Stanley's going to try to eat the chain. Also, along these lines, the wheel of the year, the 8-spoked wheel, that really speaks to me. The pentacle symbolizing the 5 elements, the triumph of man over the 4 elements, various different interpretations. And the Wheel of the Year symbolizing the Sabbats, because the Wheel of the Year is very important to my practice. Though I'm not Wiccan, I definitely practice those solstices, equinoxes, and cross-quarter days. Also the triquetra, right here. And I love what it symbolizes as far as, like, the Celts, they kind of didn't see black or white. They saw black, white, or gray. They didn't see yes or no, they see yes, no, or maybe. They didn't see night or day, they see night, day, and then the in-between times, like dawn and dusk. So there's always like a third with the Celts, and also, the triple goddess. 3 is just a very sacred number. In the craft, we kind of tend to see outside of binary, I guess. So it's always meant a lot to me as far as that goes, and as far as, my Celtic heritage. It is a symbol of that as well. Maiden, mother, crone, what have you. So definitely triquetra. I've got this one, and I've got a pentacle on my back. I've got, trying to think of what all I have. Hearts. I love hearts. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hearts, kind of hidden in various tattoos on my body. And I just love hearts. I just love love, and that's kind of like a focus in my life. I may not have a lot of success financially or professionally, but my relationships are very important to me. My zodiac signs. I am a Capricorn with Cancer rising and a Pisces moon. And in 2 places on my body, and it's going to be hard to see here, but I've got that arrangement tattooed. The Cancer rising, Capricorn, Pisces. I've also got it on my back. And I actually was doing visual art for a long time, and I still do once in a while. And that's kind of how I sign my art, is with Cancer, Capricorn, Pisces. So that's always been really important to me. It is kind of like a signature. It's kind of like a signature, but it puts forth who I am, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very me symbol. The Tree of Life. And I've got that tattooed on my arm here. That's also where one of the hearts is. Just symbolizing strength, symbolizing having deep roots, knowing where you come from, and spreading your branches, growing. It's just very powerful for that. I like it as far as the Norse myths of Yggdrasil and what that represents, but I also like it in just like a general tree-hugging hippie sense. So definitely Tree of Life. Ancient Venus figurines, and I've actually got I should have gotten her down. I can't really do it with Stanley, but I've got a kind of like a Nile goddess up here. Any of the 15, 20, 30,000 year old Venus figurines, I love them. There's so much reverence in them, and it makes me really feel the roots of my spirituality. I was very into women's spirituality for a while, which focuses primarily on the feminine. And yeah, they just, I don't know, they tie us back to our ancient ancestors. I just love them. So Venus of Willendorf specifically, because, I'm a big girl, and we kind of need that symbol that shows us that we're divine. So, yeah, and then, I've been doing a lot of work with sigils. I love the idea of making my own symbols, things that represent magic that I want to work, or things that I need to bring into my life, or things that I need to get out of my life and then, destroying them in some horrific way. Love working with sigils. And then I would just have to say, like, animal guides. And, normally I would have said spirit animals or totems, but, it's kind of appropriation. That's kind of cultural appropriation. So animal guides, it, amounts to a similar concept, but I do have animals that kind of show up for me. For writing, owl. Owl shows up in all of my stories, whether I want it to or not. I'm just like, throw an owl in there. Spider shows up. I usually, when I'm writing a lot, spiders just kind of show up around me. And I love the concept of like weaving tales, the way that they weave their webs, making connections and things like that. I love that. The raven. We took on the name Ravenson from a friend who basically created that name for us and created kind of this mythos for my husband. And it was from our old podcasting days. It was kind of like, it was a joke, but it kind of became a thing. And so we took on Ravenson. I took it on as my pen name, and, it has become my name for so many other things. And my husband uses it for music he makes, for his voice acting, for various things that he does. And eventually we're going to get our name changed. But to me, it also represents our relationship, and it represents everything that we've overcome to be together, to be happy, to be stable. Because we've had to really fight through some major shit just to exist, just to survive, just to be together and be in love. And our love kind of, the raven symbolizes that. Also the raven having to do with, messenger of the gods, and also magic. And my husband is atheist. He's actually a subgenius atheist. But there is a lot of magic around us, and there is a lot has also come together for us. So that kind of honors that. So definitely the raven. And then we have lots of friends who are furries. I love furries. Furries are awesome. They're so creative and awesome. So we kind of we had to have a discussion about, like, what would our personas be if we were furries. And we don't have, like, the time or the energy really to devote to it. Like, we're kind of, we love furries, but we're not necessarily furries ourselves. But I just love the whole culture around furries. So mine is satyr. I like satyr energy as far as the kind of, like, I don't know, the satyrs kind of live on the edge of civilization. They're kind of out in the wilds, and they're kind of like this force tempting people into the forests, and cavorting with wood nymphs and that sort of thing. And I like the idea of a female satyr. They're usually represented as men, but I really like the idea of that because I won't go into that too much, but I like that very kind of sexual, wild energy. I really dig that. Plus, I'm a Capricorn, so the goat thing kind of works. And so Joe calls me Goat, or Goaty, or Goatly, or Goaty McGoaterson, the goat face goat, or just various variations on goat. And if you talk to Husbear for like 5 minutes, you will hear the word bear uttered at least 3 or 4 times, because he is absolutely a bear. So that is his, persona. That's not really a persona, but it's kind of like our nicknames for each other. Yeah. So lots of animal guides, and, this is our rat, Stanley. He's kind of mundane, but he's really cute, so, that's fine. So, yeah, so, I mean, there are just so many symbols, like, certain oils are kind of like symbolic of things, or certain herbs are symbolic of things, or, it's like all around us. Like, and I love that. I love working with something that represents something else. It just works. It works in my head. So, yeah, so let me know. If you're not doing a video, yourself, like, let me know in the comments, what symbols do you love? What really resonates with you? I also have a triple moon on my back. I forgot about that. I love the triple moon. Again, the triple, the 3, the Maiden Mother Crone. I would think about more if I really spent time on it. So I'm trying to think of like what's around me because I draw things like I draw like, oh God, the labyrinth or the spirals, or I love symbolism. So yeah, so that's it. Let me know, and hope you guys are having a great day. Blessed be. Bye bye.